out in the clock.
I'll do 1 and 3, you do 2 and 4?
Sure.
Cool. So then when you're doing play-up play, I'll just slide this over so it's easier for you. That way you can have this for now.
Yeah, I got it written, but I mean, whatever.
Oh,
works.
yeah, sure.
Whatever works.
Yeah, whatever works. I forgot you wrote it down, so you're good there.
What you were saying earlier, if that game didn't go to overtime, wouldn't have had that.
True.
Crazy. Crazy high school sports can get that intense. Yeah, I think all the coaches are going to be having some drinks after tonight.
Here, take it up just in case. One time, the first time I came out, they didn't tell us I was talking about like something else with me. My boss was like, hey, you're live right now. I was like, oh. I don't think they are, but just in case.
Yeah. Well, now we're almost ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's evening teams are members of the Arizona Interscholastic Association. The teams have agreed to abide by the rules and regulations set forth by the association to maintain and improve high standards of conduct, competition, and relations between member schools. During this event, the association requests that you watch and cheer for your team in the spirit of good sportsmanship.
All right, welcome into Frank Fletcher Gymnasium here at Casteel High School. I'm Jordan Spurgeon alongside Michael Barabalt, and we've got an exciting matchup. I think the energy's already in the air here at Frank Fletcher Gymnasium. You have an overtime thriller in the JV game, a little bit of a brawl as well, something you don't like to see. So the energy was really feisty there in the JV game, but now we move on to the varsity game where Casteel comes in 12-0 this season, ranked 11th in the state. Michael, what do you expect to see tonight?
Well, first and foremost, you hope that the intensity from the end of that game doesn't boil over into the varsity game, but expect Casteel to push the tempo, expect them to force a lot of turnovers, and expect them to score early and often.
And we'll be right back with the starting lineups after the anthem. So once again, welcome into Frank Fletcher Gymnasium here at Casteel High School. I'm Jordan Spurgeon alongside Michael Barabalt. We've got Casteel, the number 1 ranked team in 5A. The number 11 ranked team in the state taking on the visiting Campo Verde Coyotes. Starting lineups will start with Campo Verde. Starting out, you got number 2, Ellie Calamaris, number 4, Sarah Frey, number 11, True Frey, number 14, Isabella Atchison, and number 25, Arwen Griggs. Their star player, Cassidy Meyer, will not play today due to an injury, so we wish her a speedy recovery, and hopefully she'll be back on the court sometime soon. For Casteel, we'll get to their lineup here in a second. They're going to roll with their usual starting 5, Autumn Franks, the point guard, Stella Burt, Rain Holton, Camilla Norton, and of course, Deja Johnson, the star of the team, one of the best players in the state, averages over 20 points per game. I've called one of these games before. I know you have as well, Michael. What have you seen out of Deja Johnson?
She's just so athletic and can do so many things out there on the floor. She can dribble, she can shoot, she can pass the basketball, she can play outstanding defense guard anyone in the state of Arizona. She's just a complete player, and the amount of schools that are after her are an indication of that.
Yeah, it should be interesting to watch Johnson tonight against Campo Verde. Verde 4-8 this season, looking to pull off the upset here against Casteel, and Casteel looking to get themselves primed and ready for the playoffs, which start next week. AIA coming out with some new guidelines today for spring sports and for winter sports. Masks will be required here for winter sports for the duration of the regular season, but come playoff time, the masks will be allowed to be removed at the discretion of the school districts and the schools themselves.
Yeah, and that's a testament to everyone in the community bringing the COVID numbers down. Hospitalizations are going down. The more vaccinations that are coming in through the state and federal government, it's a testament that we are rounding the corner on this pandemic, and hopefully we are back to somewhat normalcy next school year.
Rounding the corner of the pandemic, rounding the corner on the regular season. Casteel wins the tip. Burt finds Franks. Franks back to Burt. Burt thinks about pulling up, goes back to Franks. Franks to Norton. Norton kicks inside of Johnson. Nice move in the post by Johnson. Easy layup off the glass for Johnson. First points of the night for number 24. But Campo Verde looking to push the tempo here. Moving down the floor, and we're going to have an early kicked ball violation there against Casteel.
Yeah, and that's a testament of a full court pressure, highly energized defense. You're going to have a lot of those kickball violations, going to have a lot of fouls could be called. So interesting for Casteel to see if they can stay disciplined on the defensive end of the floor.
So inbound by Isabella Atchison to Sarah Frey. Frey looking to get into the lane, going to get a traveling violation there in the lane. Casteel ball. Casteel plays high tempo. They like to push the pace on defense and on offense, so they do force a lot of turnovers, one of the best in the state at doing so. So working the ball around. Nice pass there to Camilla Norton. Norton working double covered there. Autumn Franks from downtown, in and out of the rim.
It looked like Campo Verde there was playing a little bit of a 2-1-2 zone there, going to make Casteel shoot the ball from the outside. Definitely a defense you want to go with if you athletically cannot match up with a man-to-man.
Yeah, it's something that, Coach Traeger for Casteel has talked about. His team just has to be better at shooting the ball. So we'll see what happens there, but that's going to be a turnover there on Campo Verde, so Casteel gets the ball back right away. Franks will be the inbounder, the starting point guard for Casteel. Kicks it into Deja Johnson. Johnson goes up, easy foul. That'll be 2 free throws for Johnson.
And if you're Casteel, you're looking at this game as a game you want to score early, score often, get a nice lead here, and then perhaps maybe work on some things later in the ball game to get ready for the playoffs. And if you're Campo Verde, you want to give Casteel a run for the money. You do not want to make this an easy win for them.
Yeah, first shot there from the line is good from Johnson. That's a good point, too. You've got 2 players they want to work in, 2 transfers, Jayla Hendricks and Grace Oken, who haven't been able to get much playing time because they're transfers. So working them in early here and often by getting a bigger lead would be beneficial to Casteel as Johnson nails both free throws at the line. That's 4-0 with just over 7 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Full court press, steal, Rain Holton. Holton loses it. Campo Verde ball again. Nice job there by Isabella Atchison. Casteel staying stingy. Sarah Frey comes into the backcourt, gets the ball from Atchison. Frey forced out of bounds. Nice defense there from Rain Holton. That's going to be a turnover against Campo Verde.
And 3 quick turnovers early. Exactly what Casteel does. Turnover after turnover, they are relentless.
Colts versus Coyotes. The Colts staying relentless so far against the Coyotes as Franks looks to initiate the offense. Inside to Johnson. Johnson thinks about pulling up, goes to Franks, back to Norton. Norton from downtown, splash! Easy 3 for Norton, make it 7-0 with 6.5 remaining in the first. Full court press stays. Johnson and Burt trying to force a turnover. Holton comes in again. Another turnover for the Coyotes, who have not been able to get past half court in the last 3 possessions.
And second straight 10-second call, and that defense, like I just said right before this possession, relentless.
Relentless defense turns into scoring offense for Casteel as Franks gets into the lane. Floater off the glass, no good.
And you see Casteel.
Johnson with the easy steal. Layup is good off the glass.
And you see Casteel going back into that pressure, even not off a made basket. You see most teams do it after they make a shot, but not Casteel.
Casteel doing a good job staying in there. Burt tries to force turnover, goes out of bounds. Yeah, Casteel just laying it in. And no scoreboard here, so you might not see it. So it's 9-0 right now. 6 minutes exactly on that clock here at Frank Fletcher Gymnasium in the first quarter. So Atchison looks to inbound over Johnson. Turnover picked off there by Holton. Franks initiates the offense, goes to Norton. Norton from downtown again, just off.
Got a foul on Casteel here.
So Atchison, the inbounder for the Coyotes. Struggling to get it out of bounds. Close to 5 seconds, and that is going to be a 5-second violation. She tries to throw it off with Deja Johnson, but too late.
And if you're head coach Michelle Matthews right now, you're frustrated that your team unable to inbound the ball, unable to get it across half court, but you could also be frustrated at the officials, wondering if maybe their 5 or 10-second calls is a little too quick. Again, depending on the officials, they may or may not call it as fast as they want.
And there's one of the transfers we just mentioned. Shot is up and good from Grace Oken as she just checks in the game along with fellow transfer Jalea Hendricks. Coming into the game, hitting a 3 immediately, make it 12-0, 5:40 remaining in the first. Johnson with the steal, almost out of bounds.
And when we talked to Daniel Tragesearch for just a few minutes before the game, he said those 2 transfers are just going to make him even faster.
This team flies. That's their MO. They're building towards the postseason and getting these 2 transfers in and telling us they're even faster than how they play now. That's remarkable to see, and we're going to get a chance to see it here with Hendricks and Oken. So Campo Verde inbounds it off Casteel, so they get a second chance here to inbound it. Inbound cross court, picked off by Franks. Franks working in transition, goes up for the layup herself, misses, rebounded by Burt. Burt goes up, finishes, cleans it up with the offensive board. Make it 14-0 with just under 5.5 remaining in the first.
And I am shocked that Coach Matthews has still not used the timeout for Campo Verde.
Yeah, Verde hasn't gotten a shot up in about 2.5 minutes here, and looks like we're going to get a jump ball situation, but it's going to go to the Coyotes.
I can understand your team wanting to play through adversity, but then again, 14-0, sometimes your team just needs a breather.
Sometimes you need a breather, sometimes you just need to reset and refocus, and we'll see what happens here with the Coyotes, and we'll see if Coach Matthews calls timeout here. Campo Verde gets it across midcourt. Franks goes for the steal. It's going to get called for the foul.
And nice to see Jalea Hendricks there helping out one of the Campo Verde players, especially after what we saw at the end of the JV game. Glad to see some good sportsmanship there.
So the Coyotes will inbound from midcourt. Atchison, the designated inbounder so far tonight, gets it to Sarah Frey. Frey tries to get it inside to Griggs, but it is a turnover to Casteel ball. 14-0, 5:07 remaining in the first. I'm Jordan Spurgeon alongside Michael Bearball here at Frank Fletcher Gymnasium. Casteel dominating so far, not allowing Campo Verde to get a shot up in really the last 2 minutes or so. So Hendricks working, gets it to Johnson. Johnson pulls up, good. Johnson pulls off from just beyond free throw range to make it 16-0.
Casteel doing such a great job of drawing Campo Verde to the sideline, setting up that trap.
So they just get it past the midcourt before a 10-second violation. They're going to try to get in the lane. Shot is up. No good there on the layup by Sarah Frey. Casteel pushing the pace. Johnson Resets the offense, kicks it out. Shot is no good there from Grace Ocken. She made a 3 earlier, misses that one. So we're gonna have a couple of new players in the game here.
Kearney Murphy in for Casteel.
Burt out. Campo Verde running in with a brand new lineup on the floor. Looking to inbound it. The ball to Gwen Seeley, who goes to Perry. Perry works inside, kicks it outside. Shot is no good there by Maggie Hayes, just off the front of the rim. Johnson thinks about pulling up from beyond the arc, just off the front of the rim. Rebound is good from Gwen Seeley. Seeley finds Perry. Perry, double coverage there. Turnover forced. Nice job there by Oaken to recover the steal. They push the tempo. Layup is good. Kearney Murphy, first points of the game. Makes it 18-0 Casteel with 4 remaining in the first. Campo Verde trying to beat the full court press.
And as I talked about earlier, they're drawing him to the sideline. Campo needs to stay in the middle of the floor. They need to draw something up to where they're cutting to the center of the floor, not to the sideline, because that's exactly where Casteel wants, because then you get that double team trap and you have the out of bounds line as your friend.
Casteel doing a great job there, forcing them to the sidelines. You're right, Michael. Colts looking to extend the lead here, go up by 20 on this possession. Franks in the lane, off the glass, shot is good. Nice floater there from Autumn Franks. And we get a timeout there by Campo Verde. First one of the game by Coach Matthews. So Michael, you're talking about the defense and how they're doing a really good job with the full court press, forcing the Coyotes to the sideline. You talk about getting to the middle, but how? How do they force that? Because right now Casteel is just forcing them to play into their wheelhouse.
Well, I think you need to use the inbounder, right? If you're able to get the inbounder, if you're able to pass it into maybe towards the elbow area, have that inbounder come around and loop to the center of the floor, maybe around the half court line, get that cut so that the person that gets the ball in the inbound can throw it to you, and then maybe set up a situation in transition where you have numbers to where you can get a layup in transition. What Campo Verde now is doing is just getting the ball, and then just looking for anyone that's remotely open, because Casteel is flying around in the defensive end of the floor, and Campo Verde needs to get something drawn up fast to deal with this full court pressure, because as we both seen from Casteel, they're not going to stop.
Yeah, Casteel's not going to stop. They're relentless. That's the motto here, the MO from Coach Schwegesser. Push the tempo. You add in the 2 new transfer, Jalea Hendricks and Grace Oken, and they've been pushing the tempo as well. So Casteel up 20-0 here at Frank Fletcher Gymnasium. I'm Jordan Spurgeon alongside Michael Bearball. We've got 3:30 remaining in the first quarter here. Campo Verde tries to go big there on the inbounds pass, picked off by number 22. Franks kicks it out. Three-pointer is good. Jalea Hendricks from downtown. Nothing but net for the young transfer. Inbound pass is good. Push to the tempo. Campo Verde off the glass. No good there. Shot attempt by Perry. They get the offensive board. Mishandled pass. Maylee Williams in transition. Tries to get a shot up. It's knocked out of her hands. It's going to be a travel violation as well. Quick sequence of events. Just what the Colts want. Tempo, tempo, tempo. Sometimes it's even too much for them. Again, going for the full court inbound pass or the half court inbound pass there. Shot no good. Seems to be getting a little bit of a better offensive opportunity there, though, for the Coyotes.
And they've beaten the defense a couple of times, but they've been dribbling with their heads down the whole time. They can't see it because, like I said before, they're just looking for anyone that's open. They don't see down the floor.
Exactly. So Johnson from downtown. Johnson, splash. Nothing but net from Deja Johnson. Beyond the arc, nearing double digits at this point in the game. 2.5 remaining in the first, 26-0. So we're going to get a foul here. And it's going to be Campo Verde ball, a little bit of a push there from Casteel. Coyotes trying to get it inbounds here. Perry takes the inbound, gets it to Seeley. We had a travel violation there on Seeley. Still 26-0, 2.5 remaining here in the first. As Rain Holton checks back into the game for Maylee Williams. So they're going to inbound here to Hendricks. Hendricks tries to drive in the lane, mishandled there. Johnson to Norton. Norton back to Johnson. Johnson really good with her left hand. Gets it to Hendricks. Hendricks blocked. Nice block there by Maggie Hayes. Again, Maggie Hayes with another block. Back-to-back blocks on that possession from Maggie Hayes.
She's the tallest person out there on the floor, and that's what she can do. If Casteel tries to penetrate the lane, you're going to deal with Maggie Hayes in there. 6'1" sophomore.
6'1" sophomore. That's a huge advantage there for Campo Verde there in the paint. Still 26-0 Casteel. Johnson, left hand, kicks it out. Murphy, floater alert. Good again. Murphy just nailing the floaters tonight. 2 of 2 with the floater. Pretty much an unstoppable shot when done right. First shot of the game for Campo Verde goes in. Allison Saunders there gets the first bucket of the night for Campo Verde. 28-2. Hendricks to Norton. Norton off the glass, no good. Full court press. They beat it this time. Perry to the corner. Shot up, air ball. Rebound, Holton. Holton had to work. Good position there by Holton to secure the rebound. Johnson pushing the tempo. Goes up with her left hand. Easy finish for Johnson. Gets her to double digits. And now it's 30-2 with just under a minute remaining here in the first quarter. Shot is up. Coyotes just off the back of the rim. Nice shot attempt there from Perry. Now we've got Hendricks. Dumps it off to Norton. Norton from downtown. Clanks off the front of the rim. Rebound there from Saunders. Saunders loses it, but picked up by Perry. Perry to Hayes. Back to Seeley. Seeley to Saunders. Working it into the post. Johnson, easy steal there out of the post. Johnson jogging, seeing the floor, setting the offense. Kicks it to Holton. Holton in the lane, pulls up. Clanks out the front of the rim, but that's going to be a foul.
Casteel scoring at an NBA-type pace right now. 30 points in the first quarter. My goodness gracious, if they keep this up, we could see a historic offensive night from the Colts.
Historic indeed, 32 lead. Holton at the line. First attempt of the night for Holton. Shot is up, shot is good. As we've got 3 new players checking in for the Colts.
And with 7 seconds on the clock there, you know Casteel doesn't want to let Campo Verde get a shot off. And with the way they've been playing defensively, especially with their pressure, odds are that they could be successful in that.
Holton looking to go 2 of 2 from the line. 7 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Shot no good, clanks out the front of the rim. Full court press. 2 seconds, 1 second. No shot attempt is good. Make that 31-2 here in the first quarter at Frank Fletcher Gymnasium. Casteel versus Campo Verde. I'm Jordan Spurgeon alongside Michael Barabald, and we'll hang with you here in between quarters. We might as well. So, Michael, you mentioned a historic pace here for Casteel, 31-2, a 29-point deficit there for the Coyotes. If you're Coach Matthews, what do you want to see from your team the rest of the way?
I think you want to see your team fight. You don't want to see your team hang your heads and kind of go through the motions in these final 3 quarters. You want to see them fight. You want to see them show some energy, show some passion. Show Coach Matthews that you want to be there. You want to be on the floor. You want to finish this ball game out. Give Casteel a fighting chance the rest of 3 quarters. That's all you're looking for. You're not looking for one player to score 30 points in the second quarter. You're looking for your team to fight in general. And if it doesn't mean scoring more than 5 points every quarter, then so be it. You just want to see the effort from your players.
And I think you want to see adjustments, and we did see adjustments from them. Obviously, when she called that timeout, we mentioned it was odd she hadn't called a timeout earlier. Calls the timeout, they start going past half court. You notice they were still dribbling with their heads down. They weren't able to find buckets, but they found a better way to inbound, so they weren't getting trapped in the corners. So it's good to see those adjustments. Now it's about execution, and like I said, if it's 5-6 points a quarter, that's better execution than the first quarter. That's all you can really ask for at this point.
And I think all you want to do now is just take a deep breath. All right, guys, we're done with that. We're done with the worst part of our game. Let's go through these final 3 quarters. Let's take it quarter by quarter, possession by possession, and let's put up a fight in the second quarter.
So quarter by quarter, that means Michael, you're up.
Alrighty, Casteel is going to open things up, leading 31-2 in quarter number 2. Cross-court pass over to Autumn Franks. That's Stella Burt, corner 3. Nothing but net. Casteel shooting the ball exceptionally well early on in this ball game.
Stella Burt is locked down from beyond the arc. She's going to hit those shots of these every time.
And another turnover. Ball will go back to the Casteel Colts, looking to grab their 15th win on the season and well on their way to doing just that. Franks has it. That's Grace Oken. Deja Johnson, nice cut inside. Left-handed layup, no good. Rebound, Campo Verde. That was True Faye with the rebound. And we're going to have a travel. Ellie Calamara shuffled her feet there.
Yeah, that's the 5th travel violation there against Campo Verde tonight. That's something you're going to want to work on, but that just says more really about the pressure that Casteel applies.
No doubt about that. Is Casteel now working some offense? Haven't been able to do a lot of it since they've scored a lot of buckets in transition, as not Casteel themselves throws the ball away, so Campo Verde will take possession.
Yeah, Coach Tregus are not happy about that, but talking his team through it and letting them know what they missed there on the floor and see if they can make that adjustment.
Campo Verde again having trouble inbounding it, but they get it into Frey. There's Bella Atchison, and she'll draw the foul. See who they give that to.
Yeah, Casteel, for as aggressive as they are, they don't really commit a ton of fouls. One of the better teams in the state at not committing fouls despite this aggressive defense they play.
And
from opening tip to close.
They called that one on Autumn Franks, and talk about a disciplined bunch, as we're going to have another 5-second violation, the 3rd time Campo Verde has failed to inbound the basketball. So Casteel will take back over, leading 34-2 as we tick under 7 minutes to play in the first half. There's Burt has it, right wing. Autumn Franks. Franks gets it back. 3 in and out. Johnson the rebound, goes right back up. Just doesn't go. Rebound Atchison.
Yeah, nice effort there by Johnson, getting the rebound, not able to finish, but a good effort there from Johnson.
Nice pass inside. Maggie Hayes finishes for Campo Verde. She had 2 blocks on the defensive end in the first quarter, and now she scores her first points of the night. And that's going to be out of bounds. Rain Holton dribbled it on the line. Campo Verde looking to build some momentum in the second quarter, as Kearney Murphy will check back in for Casteel. Holton will take a seat. See if Campo Verde can put something together. 34-4 in favor of the number-ranked team in 5A. Sarah Fay with it, taken away. Johnson comes down with it. There's Franks. Murphy to Johnson. Johnson from beyond the arc. Splash again. Deja Johnson. And Casteel gets a handle on it. Autumn Franks, she's just unable to chase it down. She almost had that one, but it'll stay with Campo Verde as Camilla Norton will check back in, looks like.
And Johnson 2 of 4 from beyond the arc tonight, shooting at a high clip. A big reason why she averages over 20 points per game, leading the state so far this season.
Stella Burt will get a breather now. Campo Verde gets it inside. Sarah Frey, and she went over and back. So Casteel, another turnover forced. And they look to build on their 33-point lead. And Casteel looking primed and ready right now for postseason play, which will begin next week. Get it inside to Johnson, has trouble with it, and it's taken away. Bella Atchison comes down with it. Campo Verde now trying to push a little bit. They get it inside. That's True Frey with it. No good from the free throw line. Hayes the rebound. There's Sarah Frey with it. Gets it over to the 6'1" sophomore in Hayes, but she throws it away right into the hands of Camilla Norton. Casteel had numbers, but good job by Campo Verde to stop the push. Autumn Franks from 3. It's good. Autumn Franks again. She's made a couple threes herself, making it 40-4 with just over 5 minutes to play.
And Autumn Franks, the initiator, 13.5 points per game, 6 assists per game, really doing it all on offense this season and showing here tonight.
Atchison with it, runs into trouble, and we're going to have a tie-up. It'll stay with Campo Verde. The Campo Verde Coyotes, as we will get some subs here. Allison Saunders, Cambry Perry, and Gwen Seeley checking in for Campo Verde. Seeley and Saunders, a couple sophomores.
Yeah, the good thing for the Coyotes, it's a really young team, so getting this experience against the Colts is really valuable at this point, especially if they can make some adjustments here and show some success down the stretch.
And it's thrown away again. Sarah Frey guilty that time. Just 4 seniors on this Campo Verde team, so again, a very young team. 5 sophomores. So definitely the future is bright for Campo Verde. Murphy with it. Guarded by Sarah Frey. And we're going to have a timeout taken. Daniel Tragesser takes a timeout, leading 40-4, 4 minutes and 31 seconds into the ball, left in the second half. And what we've seen so far, Autumn Franks and, of course, Deja Johnson really leading the offense, especially from beyond the arc. They've been shooting really well, and I know you talked about that in the first quarter, how Coach Tragesser really wanted to get them shooting better from beyond the arc. We saw Campo Verde kind of play a little bit of a zone there, forcing them to shoot from beyond the arc, and so far Casteel is making them pay.
Yeah, and I mean, let's be realistic. I know Coach Tragesser as well. You come into this game expecting to win and expecting it to, be this sort of game, and so you got to come in and show your team. We got to have discipline. We've got bigger goals in mind. We want to win a state championship, and to do so, we're going to be the #1 team. There's going to be teams coming for our backs in the playoffs. So in doing so, you got to make sure you're knocking down shots and doing all the little things right tonight. And so far, they've done a pretty decent job of doing that.
Grace Oken up top. Casteel, the #1 team in 5A, the number 11 team in the state of Arizona, as Oken tries from deep, and she hits again. That's Grace Oken's second 3 of the night. And Casteel rolling right now. Ball tipped out of bounds, and Casteel gets another steal. The Colts firing on all cylinders right now.
Nice job of Perry to knock that ball out of bounds so that Casteel couldn't get out in transition.
Casteel just outside the top 10 in the state, of course ranked number 11. Valley Vista, the #1 team in the state, out of Surprise. As there's Kearney Murphy, rolls around the rim, out, and rebound goes to Gwen Seeley of Campo Verde. Ball will head out of bounds. Looks like it'll stay with the Coyotes. Coyotes 4-8 on the season. There's Frey with it, gets a screen from Saunders. And it looks like they'll call a carry on Sarah Frey, the senior guard. So another turnover committed by Campo Verde, and Maylee Williams will check back in for Casteel, giving Kearney Murphy a breather. 3 minutes and 45 seconds to go in this first half. 43-4 in favor of the Casteel Colts. Williams was wide open inside. They don't find her. Casteel working the ball around the perimeter. Williams tried to go up with it, but she's fouled by Sarah Frey, and she will go to the line.
Tries to work it inside. One player we've been talking about, and neither of us have had a chance to watch her until tonight, is Grace Oken. She's actually committed to Briarcliff University, the one official commit here for Casteel. She transfers this year, and she's just now getting initiated in the offense, and so far it seems to be fitting in pretty well.
Couple more subs in. Deja Johnson, and Stella Burt will come in. Jalea Hendricks and Camilla Norton will take a seat. So 2 at the line for Maylee Williams. She makes the first one. Check that one. As here comes Campo Verde. It's now an even 40-point lead for Casteel, but now here comes Campo Verde. Tie up, and looks like they'll call the tie up just before Franks came out with it. It'll be Casteel ball anyway on the tie up.
A tough call there. No transition for Casteel again.
Love to see how many turnovers they've forced. It's
Yeah,
just been
Franks especially. I mean, we got the scouting report. You know, plays a very physical 94 feet, willing to do whatever it takes, and we're seeing a lot of that tonight.
nice cut by Johnson and a nice pass by Autumn Franks to find her. As Johnson scores again.
That is beautiful basketball. Beautiful basketball. Nice cut there by Deja Johnson. Franks, easy bounce pass. Can't ask for better execution.
Oken knocks it out. Let's stay with Campo Verde. 46-4. Just under 3 minutes to play in this first half from Casteel High School and the Frank Fletcher Gymnasium as Casteel get called for a foul there. Looks like they'll call that on Stella Burt. And it looks like Campo Verde in the bonus now, so we'll get some free throws. So Sarah Frey will step up for a 1-and-1. Unable to get the first free throw, Johnson able to come down with the rebound. Campo Verde just 2 points apiece in each quarter. As Oken tries from deep again, no good. Rebound Maylee Williams, they get it out to Franks. She tries a three, and she knocks another one down. Autumn Franks having a very nice night from downtown for Casteel. Get it ahead to Saunders now for Campo Verde. She's double teamed. And great defense again. Autumn Franks somehow comes down with it, and it's a steal. Burt trying for three. No good, hits front rim. Another tie-up, and we're gonna get the tie-up called. It'll go to Campo Verde. As Julia Hendricks will check in for Casteel.
Yeah, Frank's out of the game. Like we said, she's been playing great defense all night. You've also got Jordan Kearney checking into the game here for Casteel for Maylee Williams. So going with a bit of a full rotation so far in the first half for Casteel.
And a nice baseball pass to Cambry Perry. She gets the layup, but it just doesn't go. Probably Campo Verde's best look of the night, but it's unable to fall. It's Oken again for three, and it's good. 52-4 now, 2 minutes to play in this first half. That's got to be at least 7 or 8 threes that Casteel has knocked down. As they're going to get Casteel there for the foul. Looks like they'll call that on Johnson. As Camilla Norton will check back in, Stella Burt will take a seat. And Campo Verde will be shooting another 1-on-1 opportunity.
So Campo Verde looking to get to their 5th points of the night here.
Sarah Frey again, she just shot a front end for 1-on-1, did not go, so she'll try again. 1:53 to go in this first half. She's able to knock down the first one. So she'll earn herself another free throw. Looks like Ellie Calamaris will check back in. As Frey hits the second one, and she'll take a seat in favor of Calamaris.
Nice job by Frey there. They've now doubled their points in the second quarter than they did in the first quarter. We talked about this earlier, just making adjustments and showing improvement. That's what you want to see right now from the Coyotes.
And you see the effort too, which is nice. Campo Verde's not giving up. They're still going to play hard through the final buzzer. There's Deja Johnson all alone. Penetrates, little floater, hits back iron, no good. Rebound, Allison Saunders.
Yeah, Johnson there, she's right-handed, but actually prefers to go left. She's really good at driving into the lane with her left hand, so that's pretty impressive.
Calamaris tried to dribble through 2 defenders and nearly did so. As here comes Hendricks, her right-hand layup, no good. She was a little off balance there as Seeley comes down with the rebound. Calamaris, Oken tried to knock it away from behind, and she does just that. It goes off the hands of Calamaris, so it'll be Casteel basketball. Deja Johnson will take a seat.
So Johnson getting a breather there for Casteel. We've got, what, about a minute 11 left, and Casteel's going to look to keep pushing the tempo. Everyone on the floor, they push tempo. No one here is an ISO player. No one here stops the ball. They all push the tempo and play as a team.
1 minute to play in this second quarter. There's Hendricks. She tries a floater, no good. True Frey with the rebound. 52-6. So we go under 50 seconds to play. Cross-court pass, Calamari, no good. Here comes Casteel once again. And Oaken did go over and back there, so Campo Verde will take possession at the half-court line.
Yeah, rare turnover there for Casteel with over and back there across half court. Not something you'd see them do very often.
There's Norton trying to save it, and she almost did, but it goes out of bounds. And Campo Verde really missing their leading scorer right now. Cassidy Meyer leads the team with 14.3 points a game. No one else on the team even close to her level.
Yeah, it's been a big loss tonight for the Coyotes not having her here to play.
True Frey with it now. 30 seconds to play. They tried to get inside to Saunders, knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Coyotes. 28 on the clock, 52-6 in favor of Casteel. Campo Verde will try and get a bucket here to end the half. There's Calamaris inside, no good. Rebound, Norton. Here comes Casteel. There's Hendricks, she penetrates. Drifts it back out to Oaken. Rain Holton, nice move, and we're gonna get a foul on True Frey. I'm gonna call her for a push. 9 seconds on the clock, and Johnson and Autumn Franks are gonna check right back in. See if Casteel can steal a couple more points to end the half. Jordan Kearney and Camila Norton will come out to get inside. Holton, no good, and that ball went out of bounds. Julia Hendricks nearly saved it and got a shot off. 7 on the clock now. Here comes Campo Verde. They throw it up from half court. It goes out of bounds. Looks like there's more time on the clock than she thought. 3 seconds left. Casteel's gonna try and get a shot off. Autumn Franks hits front iron, no good, and that will do it for the first half of play. Casteel, 52 points. Just rolling offensively. Again, the #1 team in 5A, and they are showing why they are the top team in Division 5A, leading 52-6 over Campo Verde. We're gonna take a quick break and be right back with a little halftime discussion and get ready for the second half of play. And we welcome you back to Casteel High School and the Frank Fletcher Gymnasium. Casteel leading 52-6 as we get ready for the second half of play. And we saw why Casteel is 14-0 on the season. They push the tempo, they have that relentless full court pressure, and they have two players in Deja Johnson and Autumn Franks who are just shooting the lights out right now.
Yeah, Johnson, the star of the team. Big guard, scoring ability to score at all three levels, and she's really dominating out there, and Franks has really been the engine on defense. She's been in just about every turnover. Franks has pretty much been involved in the play, whether it's forcing someone out of bounds, forcing a travel, or actually getting a steal. So Franks has been the cog in the machine that is Casteel Colts girls basketball, and that's a big reason why they are up 52-6 over the Coyotes. So I think we are going to have a running clock here in the second half. I'm Jordan Spurgeon alongside Michael Barabalt. First play out of bounds. Campo Verde retains possession.
And first indication is no running clock yet. Maybe
Yeah.
they'll save that for the fourth quarter.
So that'll be there. So Franks playing some stellar defense here, going up against Calamaris. Calamaris gets it to her teammate, True Frey. Frey able to handle it. It's going to be a travel violation there. Frey working against Franks. So Casteel takes over possession here. They're going to inbound to Franks. Franks to Johnson. So Johnson's going to initiate the offense coming out here on the first offensive possession. Now she's going to get it back to Franks. Franks drives in the lane. Tries to break the defense. Block shot. Nice job. Maggie Hayes, her third block of the night. She had back-to-back blocks earlier in the game. This is block number 3 for Maggie Hayes, but the Colts retain possession. Franks is going to be the inbounder, and she's going to kick it out to Norton. Norton to Johnson. Johnson back to Norton. Norton from downtown. Shot is good. Bang! Camilla Norton from downtown.
Yeah, I was interested to see if Casteel was going to run a little more offense to start this second half, and they did just that, little dribble drive action.
Trying to see what they need to work on. Double team in the corner. Nice job getting it off. It's going to be almost picked off by Norton, but then it goes out of bounds there as Sarah Frey dove for the ball, and it would have been out on Norton, but ends up going out on Frey.
To get back to Maggie Hayes for a second, 3 blocks on the night. I'm really looking forward to see how her and Allison Saunders, the 5'10 sophomore, do over the next few years, because they're going to be dominant.
Absolutely inside, 2 pillars inside there for Campo Verde for years to come.
And don't forget about Lauren Christensen, another 5'10 sophomore forward. So definitely, as we referred to earlier in the broadcast, the bright days are ahead for Campo Verde.
Bright days ahead, and this is a great test for this young team going up against Casteel, the #1 team in the country. Casteel looking to make history here at the school. They haven't won a championship yet. Still a young school, and they haven't had that opportunity yet. So looking for that elusive state title this year under head coach Daniel Tregesser.
And you love to still see the effort from Campo Verde now with a score like this. Really kind of have to put the scoreboard out of your mind and just play basketball.
So Campo Verde retains possession. Atchison inbounds. It's going to get picked off there by Deja Johnson, but Campo Verde does a nice job keeping it there. Atchison goes beyond the arc, trying to initiate some offense. Lane gets blocked off there. Nice job by Casteel closing the lane. They get it back to Atchison. Atchison inside, tries to get it to Hayes. Pass a little bit high, goes out of bounds. It's going to stay Coyotes ball, though.
You see Michelle Matthews trying to pump up her team, trying to keep them in this ballgame mentally. Again, you want to see the effort at this point.
Avoids the 5-second violation. Shot goes up. Shot is good. Ellie Calamaris. Nice floater over the defender to get them on the board for the first time in this half. Casteel works it. Norton downtown. Bang! Camilla Norton, 2 of 2 from downtown here to start the second half.
Casteel going at a rate of the 2015-2016 Golden State Warriors with the way they're shooting from beyond the arc.
Absolutely on fire, shooting over 50% from downtown tonight, the Colts are. As we're now going to have Grace Oken and Jayla Hendricks check into the game, the 2 transfers we talked about earlier with Coach Tregesser, and finally getting them into the fold here over the last few games after transferring and not being eligible earlier in the season.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see how Coach Tregesser uses them, what kind of lineups they put out there with those 2 on the floor. Let's see how they work together. and have chemistry.
It's open shot there. Atchison, mid-range, no good. Rebound, easy layup there. Maggie Hayes using all of her 6'1" self to get the Coyotes to double digits. Shot is up here and good. Rain Holton, easy jumper there from Holton to extend the lead to 60-10. Colts over Coyotes.
It's just relentless full court pressure from Casteel.
So Atchison, they get it inside. Shot is up, shot is good. Maggie Hayes again, back-to-back possessions with a score inside the lane. So the Coyotes building some momentum here, and Coach Traeger going to call a timeout, visibly upset after giving up back-to-back baskets to the Coyotes.
Yeah, and if you're Coach Traeger right now, you're just telling them don't take your foot off the gas. You saw Hayes drift back there, was able to get open behind the defense there, and that's exactly what he's telling his girls right now. Can't let that happen. Can't let anyone get behind you like that, because that's too easy of a bucket to give up.
It's all about mentality right now for the Colts. It's not about the score. It's never been about the score really all season for the Colts. It's been about the mentality, never giving in, pushing the envelope forward more and more and more, because as the games gets tighter here later on in March during playoffs, they're going to need that same sort of energy.
I think mentality is true for either side. You really don't want to look at the scoreboard at this point. Even if you're Campo Verde, you want to push Casteel, right? You still want to play hard through the final buzzer. You don't want to let Casteel kind of roll away with this victory. You want to make them earn their final few points.
Hendricks into lane, tries to go up, blocked again. Maggie Hayes with her 4th block of the night. That time really just using her body, not even really sticking her arm up to get that block.
She has the chance to be a special player for Campo Verde in the years to come.
Mid-range jumper shot is good. True fray. Campo Verde can't miss here in the second half, make it 60-14. Shot is up, shot is good again. Camilla Norton, 3rd 3 of the half. Heating up from downtown.
And the pace for both sides is picked up.
Turnover, inside, Deja Johnson off the glass, good. Deja Johnson, 15 points tonight for the Colts. And the inbound pass is going to be too high. It's going to be another turnover in the backcourt there. They're going to get it to Hendricks. Hendricks to Johnson. Johnson from way downtown. Shot clanks off the front left of the rim. Coyotes trying to push it up. Johnson working full court.
Maggie Hayes got behind the defense again, but aren't able to look up to see her.
So Maggie Hayes doing all she can. Turnover this time, though. Campo Verde steps out of bounds. That's Sarah Frey stepping out of bounds.
And Michelle Matthews there just kind of in that mode of what can you do at this point in the game.
Excuse me, that was Ellie Calamaris. So no, that's a fair point, Michael, and we'll see where they go from here. So Hendricks bringing it up. Initiating the offense here. They get it to Johnson. Johnson trying to get to her left hand. Kick it out, corner. Again, shot is up. This time no good. First miss of the half for Camilla Norton. Norton goes in, gets the rebound though. Inside Holton to Johnson. Johnson in the corner. Shot is up. Too short, but Johnson gets the rebound. Back-to-back offensive boards on missed threes for the Colts. Oken working inside. Nice layup off the glass. Silky smooth like Steph Curry with that layup. Make it 67-14.
That was a little better by Campo Verde to break that pressure.
A nice stop there for the steal. Grace Oken following the layup with a massive steal there.
And I wonder if Sarah Frey was listening to what I said earlier in the game, because she kind of did a half cut of what I was talking about earlier.
So Johnson too strong from downtown. Goes and gets the board. Easy layup with the left hand. The right-hander uses the left hand to get on the board once again, nearing the 20-point mark. That's her season average. Johnson was 17 now. Full court press. Layup. No good. Foul. Camilla Norton will get a free throw here, or two. So interesting half here so far. 69-14, Jordan Spurgeon alongside Michael Barabald here at Frank Fletcher Gymnasium. And Michael, this has been quite a performance. Deja Johnson nearing the 20-point mark for the Colts. As the first free throw there by Norton is good. Nothing but net.
This is the type of performance you want if you're Daniel Traeger the head coach of the Casteel Colts. Again, we talked about it multiple times throughout the broadcast. Postseason play starting next week. You want to be finally tuned up and ready to go and playing your best at this point. And as they've incorporated Grace Oken and Jalea Hendricks, the 2 transfers, he talked about it, they're going to be that much faster. We've seen that on full display in this ballgame.
So they make both free throws, and talk about a luxury, being a team that's played this way all year. You play up tempo, you beat a lot of teams pretty easily, and then you get to add in 2 players, one already committed to college, another on the radar of a few, and they basically fit in seamlessly.
Absolutely, and they fit right into the scheme of Casteel. They fit into the type of play that they play, and again, it's kind of a seamless transition. You don't see that a lot with transfers coming into a team.
So Casteel, missed shot, almost goes out of bounds. Nice save there by Maylee Williams. The Coyotes recover. Coyotes trying to get it past half court, looking to avoid a 10-second violation, full court press. They do get it. Atchison, nice job taking it herself. Dribbling through 3 defenders. Now they get into the lane. Shot is up. Shot is good. Sarah Frey, nice layup.
And a really good pump fake there. Even just a slight deceptive move there, able to get Frey an easy layup.
Shot is up. Air ball there from Burt. A rare air ball for Burt. Slowing the offense down. Get it to Hayes. Hayes, too strong off the glass. Or Saunders, excuse me. Hendricks.
And what you saw in that last possession, you saw Stella Burt was on the weak side of the floor, came all the way over, playing great help defense for Casteel. We haven't seen a whole lot of that because Campo Verde hasn't really gotten off a lot of shots, but they do a great job in the half-court defense.
So Kearney Murphy jacks up a 3, no good there. Campo with the rebound. Saunders working outside, they get it inside. Perry, nice move there from Perry in the post, no good, gets the rebound, gives that extra effort, and shot is up, shot is good. Perry, phenomenal possession there, and Campo Verde's really found a rhythm here in the second half.
And a really nice second effort there from Cambry Perry right there.
Floater, no good there from Hendricks. Just kind of threw it up there. Transition, easy layup. Shot is good. Ellie Calamaris. They've now hit the 20-point mark, 71-20. 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Burt, oh, nice shot, splitting 2 defenders.
Going a little
for the easy layup.
Going a little NBA style there, Stella Burt. I see you.
Stella Burt having herself a night. As they get the turnover there, Hendricks pushing it, gets into the lane. We're going to have a foul call.
Stella Burt sporting the bright shoes there and making the flashy move just like her shoes on that last possession.
Burt, shot is up, shot is good. Another 3 from Burt. Make that 76-20.
And you know Casteel's going to want to get the final points of this third quarter, just 15 seconds to go.
So 15 seconds here, 76-20. Casteel looking to add on. One second left, shot up, shot no good. Make it 76-20 heading into the fourth quarter. So Casteel up big. We're going to have a running clock here in the fourth quarter, and there's some things that both teams need to work on.
And we saw really impressive offensive flow for Campo Verde there. It seemed like they just needed to get the game started, and now it feels like for them the game has started, at least on the offensive end of the floor. They were able to score 14 points in that third quarter, easily their largest amount of the game in a single quarter. So great job by them, great job by Michelle Matthews, keeping them in the game mentally, keeping them focused, and like I talked about before, they're making Casteel fight right now. They are giving Casteel all they can handle, even though Casteel has a big lead. You like to see the great effort from Campo Verde in that third quarter, and they're going to continue to play hard. You have to respect that about your opponent if you're Casteel, that they're going to give you their best shot throughout the entirety of the game.
Yeah, they really played a lot better there in the second half. You saw some offense being initiated. You saw a couple nice drives. You saw Maggie Hayes add a few more blocks to the collection and get a few points as well. So really impressive so far in the third quarter for Campo Verde. And Michael, you're up.
Michael Barabald here alongside Jordan Spurgeon, just getting ready for the fourth quarter here. 76-20. Casteel in the lead as Jalea Hendricks has it now, left wing. And another block, but it ends up right into the hands of Rain Holton. Cambry Perry got a hand on that, but Holton came down with it and scored. And there's another turnover. Casteel bringing it up now. Stella Bird over to Autumn Franks. Franks guarded by Gwen Seeley. They get it over to Holton. Holton in the post. Nice backdoor pass to Deja Johnson, and she finishes with the left hand. Deja Johnson's done that a couple times tonight, cutting into the lane and getting nice passes from her teammates as Burt comes up with another steal. Franks from downtown. Yes, sir. Autumn Franks again. Nothing but net. 83-20. Casteel has scored 7 points in this quarter in the first 60 seconds. And another turnover. Perry tried to dribble through a couple defenders. Johnson finishes at the rim, 85-20. And they are keeping up the pressure as that ball's tipped out of bounds by Hendricks. And Casteel, we talked about their relentless pressure all game long, and they're not stopping now.
Yeah, Casteel's not going to stop here as Holton checks out of the game here, and they're going to look to continue to extend this lead with 6.5 remaining and a running clock here.
Running clock for sure. Ball will only stop, clock will only stop, I believe, on timeouts in this fourth quarter. Casteel or Campo Verde takes a timeout. That's the only time the clock will stop the rest of this ball game. As there's Calamares bringing it up now. Seeley over to Allison Saunders. She finishes with the right hand. Nice offensive possession there, and Perry almost comes up with the steal. It'll stay with the Colts. Great effort there by Cambry Perry, and just the effort overall by Campo Verde in this ball game. Still playing with 100% effort as Autumn Franks drives. Another block from Maggie Hayes, her 5th of the night.
For a second there, I thought Oakham was going to pull up from half court.
I think she may have thought about it as Burt is fouled on the three-pointer, so she'll get 3 from the charity stripe. 85-22, we just tick under 5.5 minutes to go. Again, running clock in this final quarter. Casteel just over 5 minutes away from their 15th win of the season, remaining undefeated in this 2020-2021 season. Burt unable to get the first free throw. And now I think it begs the question, is Casteel going to try and go for 100 points here? We'll have to see. We're now under 5 minutes as Burt knocks down that free throw. Casteel, the number 1 team in 5A, the number 11 team in the state of Arizona. Of course, the top team, Valley Vista out of Surprise, followed by Snowflake, Pima, Arizona Compass Prep, and Seton Catholic round out your top 5. And another turnover by Campo Verde as Casteel will take possession. Camilla Norton going to check back in for the Colts. There's 6 players out onto the floor for Casteel. A little confusion there, and that's going to be a technical foul, I believe. Daniel Traeger unhappy with that one. There were 6 girls out on the court. Camilla Norton came into the ball game. No one subbed out, so there's a little confusion. Now the question is, do they call that technical foul on Camilla Norton, or do they call it on Coach Traeger? To wait for official wording here.
Yep, they are going with the tech, but we're going to see which way they go here.
Cambry Perry is going to shoot the technical free throws.
Interesting change of events. The clock's still running, by the way, as well. So Traeger doing, it's going to impact the final score of this one.
So no announcement on who the technical foul was on, but Campo Verde will get the 2 free throws and the basketball as Perry knocks it down. She knocks down both, so a nice job there by Cambry Perry, the junior forward. So now the Coyotes will take possession. 3 minutes and 17 seconds to play. 87-24 in favor of Casteel. And Burt takes that one away. Casteel flying all over the floor, and we're going to have a foul. on Campo Verde. Alana Meyer will get called for that one. And back comes Jordan Kearney for Casteel, replacing Maylee Williams. Under 3 minutes to play from Frank Fletcher Gymnasium at Casteel High School. There's Hendricks with it, over to Norton. Oken for 3. All net, Grace Oken again. That is smooth. And
Grace.
A timeout taken by Daniel Tragesser, and Grace Oken, the transfer, making a huge impact, certainly on this game, and she's going to make an impact on this team for sure.
Yeah, Grace has done it again. Impact on this team, impact in college when she goes to Briarcliff University. This is a huge pickup for Casteel and should be the boost they need. Remember, this is still a newer school. Casteel has not been around very long, but you've got a couple teams that have won state championships. Baseball's got 3, beach volleyball's got 1. Both cross-country teams have 1. Football has 1. Women's soccer has 2. Women's basketball is raising their prominence here across the state, and they're looking, and they're on that mission to win a state title. That's what it's all about this year, is a state title.
Definitely a school that has come up quickly through the ranks as a school with a lot of athletic prowess, and the women's basketball team looking to add to the accolades to the gymnasium here at Frank Fletcher Gymnasium. Looks like also track and spirit line also hoisting championships.
Yep.
Women's tennis and wrestling. So definitely a school with tremendous athletic programs, and
Banners everywhere already. That's impressive for Casteel.
and that is a tribute to the school, the athletic department, and all the coaches that lead these programs. So Campo Verde back the other way. 2 minutes and 26 seconds to play in this ballgame. 90-24. Casteel not taking their foot off the gas pedal. It's Calamaris with it. Saunders driving baseline, taken away. Norton got a hand on it. It ends up into the hands of Stella Burt. Burt has it. Over to Oken. Hendricks, guarded by Calamaris. Casteel doing a great job moving without the ball. Grace Oken, heat check time. No good. Rebound Saunders. And there's the Casteel double team off the foot of Norton. And Oken comes up with it. 1:49 to play. They get it over to Hendricks. Hendricks drives. Kicks it over to Norton. Nice pump fake. Drives baseline. Floater. Little long. Rebound Kearney. Oken tries again, and she hits another one. Grace Oken, again, she is having a tremendous ball game. 93-24. 1 minute and 20 seconds to play. So here comes Campo Verde, and it is Allison Saunders scoring for the Coyotes, 93-26.
Casteel looks like they're racing against the clock to try to get to 100 points tonight. We'll see if they can get there.
Almost got their 95th point there, as Grace Oken has it. She has had the hot hand, especially from beyond the arc. 60 seconds to play. Oken drives, little floater, no good. Rebound, Gwen Seal. Let's see if they are able to do so. They are up against time. Need 7 points in 45 seconds before Gwen Seal hits from the elbow. Kearney Murphy getting ready to check in for Casteel. There's Hendricks, her floater no good. And a rebound was in the hands of Campo Verde, but they get it over to Jordan Kearney, who scores. 95-28, 23 seconds to go. Just 2 buckets away from doing so. Here's Hendricks. This could make things very interesting. Grace Oken for 3. Yes, it's good. Grace Oken for 3. 10 seconds to play. Can they pull it off? 5 to play, 4 to play. Looks like they won't. Campo Verde, can they get a shot off? They do not in time. The buzzer sounds, and that is the ball game. Casteel comes oh so close to cracking triple digits, but the final is 98-28, and they do get their 15th victory of the season. They remain undefeated on the season, and it looks like Coach Tragesser is getting a little confetti there from his team, and he is going to take it all in himself. So Casteel coming up with the victory, 98-28, just one bucket short of cracking triple digits, as we mentioned. But first, I want to talk about Campo Verde because it's very easy in a game with the scoreline as such that you want to give up. You want to put your heads down. You want to go through the motions and kind of roll to the end of the game and just go back home. But they didn't do that. They fought. They played hard. And they gave 100% the entire 32 minutes they were out there on the floor.
100% the entire 32 minutes, and they showed hard till the end. And they were able to put up 28 points, which was impressive against Casteel. And now we see Casteel with a milestone tonight here with Coach Pregersers. There was positives for both teams for sure. Casteel now maybe moving into the top 10 in the state as we wrap things up here.
We shall see. Looks like they're going to cut down the nets here at Frank Fletcher Gymnasium, but definitely a milestone victory as they move to 15-0 on the season. They get the victory 98-28 over Campo Verde High School. Jordan, it was fun. Thanks for having me out here. It's a great ball game to call. For Jordan Spurgeon, I am Michael Barabalt signing off from the Frank Fletcher Gymnasium. Once again, the final score, Casteel with the victory, 98-28.